The Indian myna is a member of the Sternidae family, which are small to medium-sized passenger birds such as starlings. Mynas are native to Asia and India, but are a pest in South Africa, North America, the Middle East, Australia, New Zealand and many other Pacific islands. These birds were introduced to Melbourne, Australia in 1860 as a biocontrol of insects. Here we have a map of the distribution of the common myna. As you can see, the blue area is where the species' native home is, while the red shows where the bird is introduced. These birds have adapted and flourished in rural, urban and suburban environments, gaining the nickname the flying cane toad. The Indian myna is brown with black head, a bit of white on their wings, bright yellow colouring on their beak, legs and around its eyes. They are known to hang out in large groups or flocks and, due to their aggressive nature, attack native birds, young chicks, pets and even people. Here we have a video of a flock of mynas being confronted by Tyson. Here we can see just how aggressive these birds can be, as two mynas are attacking a crow who is more than double their size. Mynas are intelligent, adaptable and aggressive, causing native birds to struggle to compete against them. With their aggression, mynas take over nesting sites, kill chicks, and even destroy the eggs of native birds. This causes the reduction of many native birds such as rainbow lorikeets, corellas, and even small mammals who are in competition for the hollows of trees to live in, such as possums and sugar gliders. The mynas do not use all the hollows they find as a nest, but they prevent other Australian birds from using them by filling it up with rubbish, leaving adult birds homeless and unable to breed. The Mayan has been named one of the world's 100 most invasive species and the most hated pest in Australia in 2005, beating foxes and cane toads. It was even declared the second greatest threat to native birds after land clearing. These birds not only affect Australia's fauna, but the people too, as they love to nest on the roofs of houses, causing a build-up of feces in the area, attracting mites and harbouring the perfect breeding ground for diseases. Mites can cause asthma, hay fever, and their bites cause inflammation and itchiness. There has also been fears that these birds could potentially, due to living so close to humans, spread salmonellosis, Newcastle disease, and infection that could increase the chances of getting pneumonia. Fortunately, people are now fighting back. Communities have come together and have developed elaborate traps which are placed in backyards. The traps are big enough for the mynas to enter, but small enough to keep out bigger species such as magpies. The Canberra Indian Myna Action Group, or CMAG, was formed in April 2006 to reduce the impact of these birds. This group started out with only 9 members. These members all placed myna traps in their backyards, using dog food as bait. This trial was done to see if trapping the bird could be the best option to remove the pest, as poisoning the bird is difficult due to their diet ranging from seeds to insects and worms. Therefore, poisoning would prove laborious, as once the birds realize that a particular food is being poisoned, they can move on to other sources such as lizards. Not only that, but it poses a danger to other native wildlife, children and pets who can pick up the poison and consume it. The traps proved to be a success, making a huge dent in population numbers in Canberra, where the Indian Myna was the third most common species in the ACT, but thanks to CMAG, it dropped to 14th. There are concerns that due to the trappings being done by everyday citizens, they could mistake the Indian Myna with the noisy Myna, two different birds which both look extremely similar, one an introduced species, the other native to Australia. The two birds look so similar, both having yellow eye patches, beaks and legs, and both having their infamous aggressive nature. There are worries that citizens will accidentally kill the native Australian bird rather than the invader. Fortunately, the noisy Myna is considered least concern on the conservation status and is almost as common as the Indian Myna, but there are still worries that when trying to decrease the population of the Myna could be caught and affected in the process. At the end of the day, the Indian Myna is an invasive species that not only destroys the nests and eggs of native Australian birds, it takes over ecosystems and reduces biodiversity as they attack other species and kill chicks. These birds do not benefit the environment or humans in any way. Instead, they nest in roofs on houses, their feces attracting mites, diseases, and causes asthma and even fire hazards with their dry nests. Therefore, the removal of these birds is vital for both humans and other organisms, allowing native bird species to claim back their environment without having to compete for resources with the aggressive Myna.